I'm going to be making a big curly crochet wig. Y'all know we're living in that quarantine life right now, and since I'm indoors, I've been wanting to start making things and just keeping myself busy, and that includes making wigs. Also, for the most part, I've been keeping my hair in chunky braids because I'm honestly not going a whole lot of places. So this and some of the other wigs that I'll be making soon will allow me to step out of the house real quick or hop on a conference call real quick without doing the most for a little call, you know? So for this wig, I'm going to be using crochet hair from Zury's One Pack Enough brand, and the curl texture or curl pattern is Water Wave. One pack is really enough for an average amount of volume, but I wanted to get a really big hairstyle, so I bought 2 packs. I also have a foam head and the head mount that I think I got on Amazon that is able to clamp on to most table edges, and of course my crochet hook. And by the way, links to all the products that I'm using in this video will be listed in the description box below as well. So when it comes to the installation, it's pretty simple. If you've seen a crochet wig installed before, it's pretty much the same. But I just wanted to share with you guys the whole process. For starters, I wanted to try installing some of the strands underneath the actual cap wig to disguise the thicker band for this particular crochet cap. I do think it's still a good idea, but not necessarily for this curl pattern because it separates very easily and it's very easy to get it frizzed out with like excess manipulation and friction, and that definitely happens when you install hair under the actual wig cap. So I wouldn't do it again for this particular curl pattern, but for textures that are more afro kinky that do not frizz out as easily when you do stuff to it, I would definitely try it for that if you have like a wig cap with a thicker band, or you could just get a wig cap with a band that's not as thick and visible. So here's a quick how to install run through. Keep the strand taut on your index finger to control all the individual hairs. And slide the crochet needle through at least 2 holes in the cap for security. Open the hook, insert the hair and close the hook. Pull the hair through the cap and loop the hair through itself 1 to 2 times for security. Curlier hair usually does stay put with 1 knot, but I usually do 2 by default all the time. From the nape of the neck area all the way up to the crown, I did the same method of separating the curls into 2 pieces and installing them about a finger space apart. I find that the installation process goes a lot faster when you, 1, have some coffee. Coffee is very essential. And also separate all the curls at least a bundle at a time. So this is exactly what I did. I separated a bundle at a time and I laid all of the pieces out on the edge of my whiteboard that I had resting behind me in my office. The back of a chair or anything else that you have around you may work just as well. Once I got to the top, I did not separate the curls as much because I wanted the wig to have more defined curls on the top. It also gives the wig a longer lifespan because I left some of the curls clumped instead of fluffing it all out from the very beginning. Similar to how a twist out gradually gets bigger and bigger before it's time for a refresh, I like to do the same thing for wigs with this particular curl pattern. As I'm finishing up the front section, I packed in as much of the last bundle I had left in the crown to make sure that there wasn't going to be a big gap where you could see any mesh from the crochet cap or anything. Next, I put it on, did a couple of silly rocker poses, and moved on to the shaping of the wig. I did cut some bangs in the front, making small snips upward until I was happy with the length. Remember, it's always a good idea to cut less of what you think you need to cut instead of cutting too much, because you can't glue the hair back on. I mean, you could, but it's not gonna look cute, sis. So, I would highly recommend that you do small cuts and gradually upwards. Then I cut the sides at an angle to frame my face, and also cut any straggly pieces in the back and anywhere else that stuck out to me as I was shifting around in the mirror to catch the different angles. And that's it for this wig, y'all. I love it as it is right now, and I know as it gets older and I separate even more curls over time, it's just gonna get even better. If you want to see how this wig progresses over time, make sure you're following me on Instagram, because I'm gonna be out and about with this wig life until I feel like styling my own natural hair for a while. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Also hit the little bell next to the subscribe button so you won't miss any future videos coming up. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.